Hello everyone and welcome back to Joy as It Flies. If you're new here, my name's Alyssa and I deal with the crochet side of this channel. Today I'm going to teach you a stitch that I think everyone should know, and that's the granny stitch. Now, many of you will probably know how to make a granny square, which is going to make your life a lot easier. The granny stitch is exactly the same. It has the same look, the same texture, the same type of drape. The only difference is we work it in rows rather than in the round like you do with a square. It's a really good stitch just to have under your belt that you can fall back on whenever you need it. I really hope you guys like this tutorial and let's get into it. To make the granny stitch, you're going to need some yarn. I'm using this cotton yarn, but you can of course use any kind or weight that you would like. You're also going to need a crochet hook. I'm using a 5mm, but make sure you use whatever size your yarn recommends. And lastly, you're going to need a pair of scissors and a darning needle. We're going to start by making a slip knot, and you can of course use any method you would like for this, and we're then going to pop that onto our hook. Now from here, we are going to chain any multiple of 3 plus 1. I'm going to be chaining 25. And there we are, I have my chain. Once you've made your chain, we are going to find the 4th chain from our hook. So that's this one here. And into that, we are going to make a double crochet. So yarn over, insert your hook into that 4th chain, yarn over and pull up a loop. Then yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, and yarn over, pull through the last 2 loops. Now it's really important to remember that this chain 3 here counts as our first double crochet. So we have 2 double crochet here in total. From here we're going to skip the next 2 chains, and into the 3rd we're going to make 3 double crochet. So yarn over your hook, into that 3rd chain, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, then yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and yarn over, pull through 2 loops. And we're going to do that twice more into the same stitch. Pull through 2, and then pull through 2, so that's our second one, and finally our 3rd, still working into that same stitch. There we are, that's what it looks like. Now we're going to repeat that all the way down our row. So we're going to skip the next 2 chains, and into the 3rd we're going to make 3 double crochet. So here's our first one. Then back into the same stitch, here's our second double crochet. And finally our 3rd. So you're just going to continue in this way all the way down your chain, and I'll meet you back when you get near to the end. Now, if you're finding that your foundation row is really too tight to work into, I've seen a lot of people saying to use a slightly bigger hook size for the foundation and row 1, and then to go back to your normal hook size for the rest of your pattern. So if you do struggle with this, I would highly recommend doing that. I'm near the end of the row now, and I've got 3 chains left. Into your very last chain, you're just going to make 2 double crochet. So that's into that very last chain there. And there we are. So I'll just quickly show you what row 1 looks like. There we are. So we have our groups of 3 double crochets. So if I say a double crochet cluster, I mean to make 3 double crochets in the same stitch, just like this. Now this is really important to note. If you remember, we started with 2 double crochet here, which is why we finished with 2 double crochet. So however you start your row is how you have to finish it. It's a really good thing just to remember for this pattern. For row 2, we're going to begin by chaining 3, and this chain 3 is going to count as our first double crochet. Then we're going to turn our work. Now we're going to skip over these first 2 double crochet here, and we're going to find this gap. Into that gap we're going to make a double crochet cluster, so our 3 double crochets in the same stitch. So here's our first one, then working back into the same gap we have our second double crochet, and our third. Then from here we are going to skip over the next 3 double crochet. We're going to find this gap here and we're going to make a double crochet cluster into that one. So we have 1 double crochet, then a second one working into the same gap, and our third. So you're going to continue in this way all the way down your row until you get near to the end, and I'll meet you back when you've done that. So I'm near the end of the row now, and you're going to see that we have 1 more gap right here. We're still going to make our double crochet cluster as normal into that gap. So our 3 double crochet right into this gap here. So there's 1 and 2, and then finally our third. Now to finish the row, you're going to see we have our 2 double crochet that we started with. You can either make 1 double crochet into the top of the chain 3, or if you're like me, I like to just pop it in between these 2 here. I don't particularly like working into the beginning of a chain, so I just like to pop my 1 double crochet in between, just like that. And I'll quickly show you row 2. This is what it looks like. So you can see how our double crochet clusters have been worked in the gaps, just like this. And you might also notice we started the row with 1 double crochet over here, which is why we had to finish the row with 1 double crochet. So this is going to be a really good thing to remember for this pattern. You're going to have 2 and then 1. And for each of the rows you're going to alternate between that. 2 then 1, 2 then 1. If you can remember that, you've got the pattern memorized. So I'm going to just do a few more rows with you. For row 3, we're going to begin by chaining 3, and that of course is going to count as our first double crochet. And then we're going to turn our work. Now for this row we need to start with 2 double crochet, so we're going to find this gap right here, and we're going to make 1 double crochet into it. So that gap right there, make your double crochet. So you can see we've started our row now with 2 double crochet. Then you're going to skip over these 3 doubles, you're going to find the next gap and you're going to make a double crochet cluster into it. So your 3 double crochet. Then once you've done that, you're going to skip over the next 3 doubles, find that gap and make a double crochet cluster into it. So it's exactly the same as the last 2 rows. The only really big difference with this pattern is how you start and end each row, but the main part of it, the middle part, is exactly the same. Then when you get to the end of the row, you'll see we have our 3 doubles and our 1. You can see there's a gap right here. Into that gap, you're going to make 2 double crochet. So right into this gap here. And you'll remember we started our row with 2 doubles, which is why we have to finish it with 2 double crochet. Just like that. There we are, you can see both of the ends match up perfectly. So for row 4, we're going to begin by chaining 3, and that's going to count as our first double crochet. And then we're going to turn our work. Now this is going to be a 1 row, so we're going to skip over these 2 doubles here. We're going to find this gap right here, and we're going to make our double crochet cluster into it. So right into that gap there we have 3 double crochet. There we are, you can see there's our 1 double crochet and our 3. Then as before, you're going to skip over the next 3 doubles and you're going to make your cluster into the next gap. So go ahead and continue down the row, and again I'll meet you back when you get to the end. So I'm near the end now. You can see you should have 1 gap left, and you're going to make a double crochet cluster as normal. So here's 1, 2, and 3. And then finally, to finish the row, you're going to make 1 double crochet either into the top of your chain 3, or if you're like me, you can just pop it in between the 2 stitches. So I'm going to do it right in there. Just like that. And that is what, I'll quickly show you, that's what row 4 looks like. So again, you can see we started with 1 double, which is why we finished with 1 double. So that is the pattern. You're just going to alternate between those 2 rows. Remember, on the edges, you want to be having 2, then 1, 2, then 1. That's how you know you're on the right track. This is such a gorgeous stitch, particularly when you use different colours. I did work up a sample which I'll quickly show you here. Now, I don't know about you, but I love having a stitch that works well with multiple colours, and trust me, the Granny Stitch definitely does. It's also a really good stitch to use for spring and summer projects, or things for babies, because it's very breathable and very light, and it also has a lovely bit of texture, as you can see here. Folks, I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial and found it easy to follow. If you have any questions or requests, drop me a comment down below. I'll see you all again next week in my next video, but until then, happy crocheting!